Good afternoon, grade 7. Today, we will be reviewing our previous grammar lessons for our third summative examination. The first topic that we had, expanding sentences with clauses, page 260. Okay, let us review the prepositional phrase. It is a phrase that begins with a preposition, of course, and ends with the noun or pronoun called object of the preposition. They are by, to, under, up, with, over, in, on, from, into, at. So those are some examples of preposition. The chickens in the cornfield. In the cornfield is the prepositional phrase. It begins with a preposition in. The carabaos with its tails and hooves in mud. With is a preposition. The underlined words are the prepositional phrase. Now let's talk about clause. Clause is a closely related group of words that includes both a subject and a verb. Independent clause has a complete meaning and can stand alone, while dependent clause has no complete meaning and cannot stand alone. Independent clause plus independent clause, we call it compound sentences. For independent clause and dependent clause combination, we call it complex sentence. For example, I have the mats with me and they are beautiful. Let's see. The blue words are the independent clause. I have the mats with me. It has a subject, it has a verb, and it is complete in meaning. You can understand it. The yellow ones, and they are beautiful, seems incomplete in meaning. This is a dependent clause. It cannot stand alone without the independent clause. Compound sentences are joined together by coordinating conjunctions, such as fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet so. Again, the meaning of fanboys or our coordinating conjunctions are for, and, nor, but, or, yet so. Let's identify the sentence as dependent or independent clause and prepositional phrase. Diego washes the dishes. Is it dependent, independent, or prepositional? Yes, it is independent clause. It can stand alone and it has a complete meaning. When she is free. This is a dependent clause. It cannot stand alone. It doesn't have a complete meaning. They are smart. Independent clause. On the sleeping princess. As you can see, it begins with a preposition, on. So this is a prepositional phrase. I am finished with my seat work. This is an independent clause. It has a complete meaning. Let's proceed to adjective clauses as modifiers. The adjective or adjectival clause, one function of the subordinate clause is an adjective. When we say adjective, they are describing words. They describe nouns or pronouns. For example, the magnificent describes the noun elephant. Magnificent is an adjective. The water is cool and sparkling. Cool and sparkling are adjectives. They modify or describe the noun water. Here, the adjective no longer consists of a single word, but a group of words with a subject and a predicate called adjectival or relative clause. The elephant that looks magnificent is wading in the pool. That looks magnificent modifies elephant, but the adjective is not a single word. It is called adjective clause because they are a group of words. The water, which is cool and sparkling, looks very inviting. Which is cool and sparkling modifies the word water. Like single word adjective, the adjective also answers the question which, what kind, and how many. Consider the following examples. Let's say the elephant that looks magnificent is wading in the pool. If we ask question like which elephant, there is an answer. Which elephant? The elephant that looks magnificent. The water, which is cool and sparkling, looks tempting. What kind of water? The water which is cool and sparkling. So it can also answer these questions. A herd of elephants that roamed in the forest was spotted by a king. How many elephants? A herd of elephants that roamed in the forest. The relative clause is introduced by a relative pronoun like who, whom, whose, that, and which, when the antecedent or the noun referred to is a person or an object. Take a look at that. If the noun referred to is a person or an object. The king who went hunting spied the magnificent elephant. King is a person. We use the relative pronoun who. This is the adjective clause. Who went hunting spied the magnificent elephant. The king spied the beautiful elephant that roamed in the forest. That roamed in the forest is the adjective clause. The water, which is cool and sparkling, looks very tempting. Which is cool and sparkling modifies the noun water. Meanwhile, a relative adverb is used when the noun referred to is indicative of time, date, place, or reason. For example, the king spotted the elephant in the forest, where it roamed with the other elephant. Where it roamed with the other elephant is the adjective clause. It modifies the noun forest. There was a time when the elephant went roaming with other elephants. When the elephant went roaming is the adjective clause. This is the reason why the king spotted it. Why the king spotted it modifies reason. The adjectival clause or relative clause is always found after the noun or pronoun it modifies. The elephant that roamed the forest attracted the king. Our adjective clause is found right after the noun it modifies. There was an elephant which was captured by the king. The adjective clause is found right after the noun it modifies. Let us identify the adjectival or relative clauses. The mother elephant bathed the baby elephant in the lotus pool, where the water is cool and sparkling. What do you think is the adjective clause? Okay, where the water is cool and sparkling. Next, The story which recounts the story of Gautama Buddha presents valuable life lessons. What is the adjective clause? Okay, which recount the story of Gautama Buddha. It modifies the noun story.